them to not follow through. But hold on, Trump just tweeted a video. I gotta watch it real quick. 1 second.
Watch it too.
All right.
I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially the other side. But you have to go home now.
Still saying
we have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us, from me, from you, from our country. This was a fraudulent election, but we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. You've seen what happens. You see the way others are treated that are so bad and so evil. I know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like he's still agitating, saying that the election is fraudulent. I don't think he's ever going to give up on that front, but he's still saying that the election was stolen. It was not. And but now he's saying, like, go home and go home in peace. I don't know if the people will follow. I don't know if they're all on fucking Twitter waiting for Donald Trump to say, like, you know, go home. It might work. I think the National Guard is finally being deployed as well to maintain control. But, you know, that's where we are now.
I have a good analogy for this. This is like when I say, yo, chat, don't raid the channel of this guy, right? Don't do it, guys. He's a fucking cheater. That dude, yikes. What an asshole. What a this, what a that. But guys, don't raid his channel. But fuck him. He's cheating and dumbass, right? Like, it's kind of hard to tell people not to do something and then still mention the main problem in a negative light,
Yeah, well, it's even worse than that. I mean, it's a great analogy, but it's even worse than that. If you were like, no, you should raid him, you should brigade him, you should brigade him, and then finally when the brigade is over or when the brigade is happening, you're like, okay, maybe you shouldn't have brigaded them.
But the problem is still there. And then you mentioned that the problem is still there.
But yeah, but they're still cheating. Exactly.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
That's exactly what is currently happening.
How did it even get to the point where people got inside the building and went inside the actual chamber itself?
They broke through. So there were 4 barriers that they placed. And if you remember the BLM protest that occurred if you remember the BLM protest that happened in the aftermath of George Floyd's execution in the hands of the police, they were geared up. They were beating the shit out of protesters. They were basically fucking tear gassing them, using every violent measure they could. In this circumstance, however, they pretty much let them in. Like, they barricaded a little bit, but they had 4 separate barricades that they had placed, but it was very light in comparison to how they had originally dealt with the BLM protests. And that's why they were able to just, like, literally push over the 4 different barricades and walk in to Congress. They broke the doors.
Well, yeah, why did they lock the front door?
They did lock the front door. I'm literally looking at a video right now. It says police opened up the gate.
One more question, then if this is a government official top tier building, why doesn't the main door is like one of those super reinforced steel doors with like the 3M bulletproof glass top, like anti-rocket door?
Like rust? I think it's because this stuff doesn't normally happen and they're not expecting it to happen. And that's why they don't have like any sort of additional protective measures in the halls of Congress. Because what police do is create a presence of law and order, okay? Cops aren't literally stopping crimes. They're not like preventing crimes from, happening. But their presence is supposed to maintain stability. That's why there's always a need for some form of policing, whether you call them police or not, doesn't matter. So that's part of the reason why you don't need to like fucking literally create the most reinforced like fucking pipe bomb defenses that you would see in like a Rust base.
But at the same time, I feel like some of these inside, some of these things are like sacred, like the chambers or whatever. The way they look, the desk. I feel that this is an opinion. I feel that you're leaving a lot of, maybe even too much room to breathe, to even let people have the potential to walk in those places wild. I mean, they could tear the place down if they wanted to.
Yeah, and they did. They walked into actual offices. They took photos. Apparently, they left in a hurry. Like, congresspersons left in a hurry, so their laptops were open. They literally fucking seized their laptops. Someone actually stole, like, the fucking stand that people, use the gavel on and shit. And they did.
Well,
and someone was shot too, by the way.